All right, y'all good looking, happy, sexy fucking people. It is May 18th, Tuesday. It's pushing 8 o'clock, and I do have to get back up in the apartment and get ready to go here in a minute. But I thought I would give you a current yard ops update to let y'all know how it's going here with the yard. I thought 2 weeks, but it looks like it's turning more into a long-term campaign for these guys. They have set up military tents in the yard, and I think they're gonna live here all summer trying to get this shit done. Who knows if they'll ever get it done. Once they get it done, they'll just tear it all down and start over again. So let's have a quick little run through the yard and see how it's going. So just sit back and relax, and I will keep you entertained as we go. 'Cause we still ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. So we will start on the opposite side of my yard and then work our way around. Looks like they got this courtyard pretty much finished. Is it better than it was before? I don't know. I don't think so. No, because before it had a circular track, and so you could walk around in a circle. Now it's just got one little bitty courtyard. So here's what the sides of the buildings look like. And just keep thinking of that Frank Monday theme song playing in the background. That way you know the deal, you know the score. And it just goes like this. We still ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. Doesn't matter, you can put a silk cap on a pig, but it's still a pig, 'cause we still ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. Now, this is one yard that I have always envied their position in the neighborhood, due to the fact that they're right on the road, so that means they're gonna have more traffic noise. There it is there, that Frank Monday theme song. We still ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. Hey, it's funny, I just bought one of those toilet brushes the other day for my dorm apartment, and there's one right there. I didn't even need to buy one, man. I could have just come over here and got myself one. We still ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. So here's a classic example of what I'm talking about. The old Frank Monday Live Drive Jive archive coming at you with a yard op this morning, singing that old Frank Monday background music, and you know how it goes. We still ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. 'Cause we still ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. Now we're about to emerge into the parking area and see if I think it's a little improved, I guess, I would imagine. But I'm make sure I don't fall down this sewage pit right here. Oh God, if you wanted to summon some foul demons, this toilet area will be the place to do it, right? While you singing that famous theme song, we still ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. It always interests me when I see some of this older wood. That's not older wood, it's more recent. Anyway, if it were older, then there are a lot of old, like 1950s wooden products that are fitted together with, like, what is that called, tongue and groove style construction, and no nails, or in order to be upkept a little bit, they have like a minimum, maybe someone threw a couple of finishing nails in it just to hold it together. But there used to be this really good old 1950s wooden items sitting around all the time. I'll show you in a minute when we get over to the other side of the yard, my side of the yard. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So just sit back and relax and enjoy the theme music of the Frank Monday Live Drive Jive archive, broadcasting to you live on the fives out of the Capitol with We Still Ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. 'Cause we still ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. There's a perfect example of the kind of thing the theme song addresses. And you just get her done, baby. Just get her done with a little, we still ghetto, baby. Ghetto AF. There's a little, oh, okay, so here's a little bit about what I was talking. Oh, they've redone all that in concrete. That's interesting. Looks like somebody might have been sleeping out here last night. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. These old benches, like this is a more modern one. But tongue and groove, I'll show you a more clear example. I've got one that I salvaged a few years back and has actually remained in the yard this entire time because I keep it hidden in the bushes and stuff typically, and no one's walked off with it yet. But here is an example. I don't know if this is more modern or older. It looks a little more modern, but you can see they would use a single finishing nail to put some pressure there to keep that tongue and groove stabilized. But the general idea was fitting all of the wood so that you either had to use no nails or a minimum of nails. That obviously is not an example, but that little table thing was. And there used to be just a variety of different items that you could find just sitting around, primed for the taking. And I collected them and repaired them for a while, you know, used a screw or something to tighten them up, and then I'd put them back, you know, maybe restain it or something, and then put it back in the yard, and then someone would immediately grab it. So it just goes to show that no good deed goes unpunished, and that's the way it works. Y'all probably gonna catch my address here somewhere if you keep a fucking primed eye on the lookout. I think most of the debris has been removed from this section. So looking, whew, I think I smell some roses. Oh, what is that there? Looks like one of the rose bushes. See, they came in about 3-4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and planted the entire garden area with rose bushes. And I think like maybe 2 or 3 of them survived because they didn't maintain it after that. They go through all of the expenditure they did to put in all the plants, but then they just never watered it and it all died the first year. But I think like I said, 2 or 3 of the rose bushes survived. This is my secret area back here where I do a little of my gardening. And I'm gonna venture to say that they left me my plot that I typically use, which is right here. And I'm just gonna wait until they finish up before I get too bananas and plotting. It'll probably be, you know, an autumn crop, and then wait until next year. Cause we still ghetto, baby, ghetto AF. And that is our official dumping zone back here. This is where, I believe it's the 5th floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, where the 5th floor window guy up there, he's a disaster of a fucking man. And he throws all of his butt plugs and used syringes and whiskey bottles and cigarette packs and toilet paper and everything and anything you can imagine. He tosses it down here into the yard. I thought this area would be a good area to grow gourds up onto the wall here, because then there would be a natural support. And one year I did. I came out here and I grew a bunch of gourds. And the most beautiful gourds that I grew right above this guy's window right here. And I let them dry, and I was gonna, the very day I was gonna come home and get them that afternoon, this guy went ahead and grabbed them himself. And you can see right there, that little bitty one, those 2 perfect bottle gourds, those are ones that I grew, and he snagged because they grew so close to his window. And this guy, the guy on the 5th floor, the ass hat, the man of trying to create this into a Golgotha of sorts, he threw out a bucket of piss and shit one time while I was out here gardening, and I got I got tagged, so I gave up that area as defunct. But here's what I was talking about with the wooden items that are tongue and groove. This is one that I found out by the dumpster on a far distant side of the city, and they were throwing it out, you know, so it was getting ready to get rubbish binned. But the design is cute, and so I grabbed it and I borrowed a bicycle and I rode it home that night. I guess probably like 10 years ago now, and it took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to ride the bike home. So I must have been pretty far into the city somewhere, and who knows, it might hang around for a few more days. I had stored some bamboo back here. Here it is. I think they're trying to get rid of it because I wanted to save it for my gardening. So I'll come back out here again later when I'm not filming, and I'll save that. They might be offering me these sticks in return, and I'll set them there, and maybe they'll miss them when they come to take away the sticks. From what I understand, they are going to clip those bigger trees that have grown there for some 60 or 70 years. And they're going to do more than clip them. They're going to get rid of them. But this will be my my yard right here, my little area to do kung fu and barbecue, and can't hit any badminton. It's not long enough. They should have brought it another 10 feet in this direction and made it a little more utilitarian. But with that said, you know, they retained a little more green space. So that is the yard op for today on Tuesday. I do have to get up there and get a shower, and I'm gonna shave it up a little bit. Of course, I will not be touching the mustache except for a trim. As it says in the Book of Changes, the I Ching, the master, when he beautifies his mustache, is momentarily cheered up. And what that means is taking small actions of beautification create temporary joy, and you should take the larger long-term actions of healthful benefit over those small actions of beautification. So those small transient actions, though fun and interesting to entertain the mind, it seems like they don't really contribute much to the great work. And I learned that early on, that like cultivating your outward style, your mustache, don't be attached to that kind of thing, because it can change in a moment's notice. You can lose the body, the home, the career. All of that is transient, and the only thing of lasting significance is the cultivation of a golden personality. And the refinement, even skill falls away, but the refinement of one's skill in service to the great way is significant, and it penetrates into the spiritual world. So I'm gonna get busy with all that, y'all. As above, so below. I will see y'all good looking, happy, sexy people in the future. Supplicants, mendicants, brothers and sisters, rejoice, for it is another day of the grand narrative. Signing off for now. Hail the horned gods. Yeah. Bye for now.